gonna do a painting with oil pastels. We're gonna do sort of a, maybe an impressionistic or something, maybe a Monet type painting. So let's get started. Now with oil pastels, or any type of oil paint, whatever color you put on there, that is the color you get. Watercolors fade, get lighter. Acrylics dry darker. But oils, that is the color you get. So let's get started. I'm gonna start with some of the blues, and I'm just randomly putting them in areas up here. And with oil pastels, like with soft pastels, you can blend them. In other words, blend many colors together, or you can leave them solid. Let's go with a little darker blues here and there. Now I want to do greens. We want to have like trees and stuff in the background. The only reason I did the blues, because in some areas you will see the sky peeking through. So let's start with some of the darker greens up here. And then I'll pick up some of the lighter greens and work them in. These are some of my darker areas. We've got several greens going right in here. Let's get a spot of sunlight coming in. And maybe some olive greens. We're just going to vary these throughout. Maybe there's some type of shrub here. And let's see. Let's get some of the lighter ones here. We can even go in and do a few yellows. I don't want to get too many, but if you sort of go over top of the greens a little bit, you can see it blends it a little bit and does some highlights. And we've got a nice bright bush here. And now start being careful. You know, when I first started, I just sort of randomly put things out, and I'm still doing that in some of these areas. But then I start looking around, and like here, I notice a tree there. So I started working that. And let me go back to, one of my pale blues, maybe a little more light, where sky is peeking in here. We'll just sort of leave it there because we'll add that. And let's get a little those, and a few more of the greens. Let's get into one of the darker greens right in here. Little shadow between this bush and that. And like I said, we can do a little blending, but for the most part, we're just kind of freestyling it, almost like a pointillism. Oh, let's get a little bright light shining right in this corner. We got a bright bush right in here. Couple little spots of something there. And I'm just working my way across and picking out various areas. Okay, let's get a little blues in here. Oh, what's this? Almost a purplish green, blue. I'm not sure what color that is. And take some of the, and if you see how I put the olds over top of it, it turns even a brighter green. Let's see, maybe some darks, especially down towards the bottom. All right, a little sky in there. Now I'm going to take some white and get a brighter area there. Back to my greens. And I'm just varying the colors as I go along. And you know what? I need some variation here, so I am actually going to grab a little bit of my reds, maybe. Maybe there's some kind of flowering bush here. Yeah, I like that. Let's go back to my greens. And you can mix some of them greens in over the reds. And let's get a little darker here. Yeah, I like that. Maybe I'm gonna take some almost rose color here. Just here and there. I don't want it to take over everything. And I can even do some purples. Maybe there's a lilac bush or something right in here. In fact, let's make it a good sized bush. Lilac bushes have a tendency to grow pretty good size. Take a little white, give it almost a lavender look. And then back to our greens, because we want some of the leaves would be showing through. And then maybe some of the darker shadow leaves in there. And if it's still a little too hairy, we can always come back and fix that later. But right now I'm just trying to cover the area. And like I said, we can come back, we can do a little blending. I don't want to do a lot of blending on this one. I want to keep it sort of loose and airy. This, oh, we got a bright yellow, something there. Let's add a little, and almost makes it an orange. And back to our green. So let's try some olive green in there. And maybe, oh, where's our darkest? I don't want too dark in here, but mainly down towards the bottom where it's more shadows. Alright. I'm gonna little spot of color here. And maybe here. Let's get some of that brighter on the tops. All right, and I like that purple. We're not gonna highlight it this time. We're just gonna, maybe it's a lavender bush there. Okay, back to our greens, our blues. Oh, there's our blues. Little sky peeking through, some yellows. Little olive green. I'm going to take some white up in this blue area. And let's see. Something dark back here. But I'm going to highlight that with a little bit of yellow. And we're going to put a splash of color in there. Let's even get it brighter. And all right, let's get some of our greens. And a little slightly longer strokes, not terribly longer. I don't want to just, and oh, let's go with, what the heck, a little purple over in this corner. All right, bring that up a little higher. And we got a nice little background. And so let's start moving forward. Let's move some of my colors away here. We'll still be using them, but let's figure out what we want in the foreground. Maybe a little brown. And we can, oh, let's see, where's a good area? Right here. Maybe we got some type of tree trunk here. Bring that down a little. Oh, let's see, another spot would be, oh, maybe right here. And let's take some of our middle greens. And then our darkest green. Just a few leaves here and there. There's something up there. Okay. Down here. And it's still the little tiny strokes. The only difference is it's the direction. Looks like a little grass or something growing underneath. I'll take my white, literally color in this area. And I want my purples. And small strokes. Maybe some lilacs, who knows? Lavender, something's growing here. And by putting that white underneath first, you can see how it's more of a lavender than, if you look over here, see how dark that is. Over here, it's a paler version of it. And back to my greens, I'm going to add some more. Just not much, just a few leaves growing in, mostly at the bottom. And let's continue with that. I like that. So maybe that lilac garden actually rolls down here. Same thing. Put the white down. And then we got the lavender. Or the purple over top of the white, giving it a lavender look. And before we go and put the greens in here, I think I might have some rose. And now this one I'm just sort of doing a little, kind of a little side instead of up and down. Like maybe little cup shape. Maybe some roses or something growing in here. All right, my greens here. And I might even go into some brown. Yeah. A few sticks, twigs, who knows. And then our pale green here. Put some of that in there. Try not to hit the red too much because it will darken and turn that red almost a brown color. And back to my, right in here, maybe there's a couple growing. Highlight some of them. And maybe they'll extend down here. Kind of in right there. I like that. Okay, well, we got this green here. Let's add some highlighted greens here among our, I guess it looks like maybe lavender. And some of our darker and our darkest greens. It's looking pretty good. Okay. Oh, where's my purple? I'm gonna add a few right up there. I sort of had a little too much white showing there. There, I like that. And maybe down in here. Darken some of these, just like we did with the roses. Okay. And maybe right here, let's do some, oh, I like that. That's a nice pink. And I'm kind of making little, almost little circles or dots. Whatever it is, it's sort of climbing up. that. I think. Oh, yeah. Gray here. Sort of a grayish purple. Put some of that in there. And of course we do need our greens. I'm not gonna put a lot of greens. Just enough to indicate that, yeah, there's leaves in there. And then down the bottom I will put some. I think we're gonna do maybe some yellows. It kind of contrasts with that purple. So maybe they have some tulips, who knows? Something in here. And let's get our greens. And let's see. And like I said, you know, you can change the direction of your dots slightly so it looks like the leaves are coming up under. Oh, like maybe some tulips or something. And let's get a little darker green, just for a little contrast. Oh, let's see, what do we have out here? Let's maybe we'll go brown. And where's the gray? Maybe we can. And you don't have to draw anything, but maybe something like a little garden bench out here. And I'm doing it in just lightly so that I can come in and get it darker. But you can see something behind. Maybe underneath here is just a little grass. We can even do a little maybe stone path. Yeah, let's see. Let's get some. Ooh, where's my gray here? Let's go a little browns. Different colors. This one I'm just sort of doing the little dots, but I'm doing it sort of sideways rather than rather than up and down. I want the path to lay flat. We're going to go in and define that a little better. And where's my grays? Back to my browns. Touch of the it's more of a brick red. Okay. And that's underneath a few highlights. Some more greens. All right, let's go in and define that chair a little better. Yeah. And I'm doing the dot across. Just sort of staying with the theme of the so let's go in behind it. You know what? I think I'm going to go back to my pinks. I like those pinks. And a few dots here and there. Greens. Let's get my greens. And a few leaves showing in between. And I want some blue. Let's get our bright blue. Maybe there's some little blue. And I'm going sideways. I want it to look like maybe just something growing behind the path here. Back to my greens. You decide what you want it to look like. And then I'm going to make sure I sort of put some grass around those legs. And back to my browns. Extend that path out a little bit. And I'm going to hide a part of that path. Something growing right along the edge there. But let's go fill in some of this other stuff here. Let's see, how about some oranges? Maybe some kind of here. Maybe another one here. And let's make some yellow. Bring that yellow down there. And how about some purple? That's more of a brown. Let's see. There's one. There. And then we're back into the greens. And we can change up the different color greens. Where's my dark green here? Some of that grass area down. And we're going to see just a little bit of that path running through there. Over the reds. And let's go back to my dark. Something growing here. And how about, oh, where's my, let's get the pink. I think I'll darken it top rail a little more. You can stand back and take a look and see what it needs. Yeah, maybe. Oh. But if we kind of maybe some kind of, let's see, where's my grays? Some kind of trellis here. And let's get some red roses on it. And these are more little circle dots. And hanging down. And to our greens. And while you don't really see the trellis, where's my darker? Maybe you can only see little pieces of it. And let's get some bright greens. Back to our reds. highlight some of those roses. I'm pushing pretty hard. All right. And let's see what we have out here. Blue. Reds. And let's get the darker. We got a tall shrub here. And where's the dark blue? Dark areas in there. How about some yellow right in this corner up here? And our greens. And let's see. Right in here. And back to our reds. We'll do some different red. And where's my purple? Right now I'm just looking for color. We'll go in and add the greens shortly. And where's my browns? We want just a little bit, a hint here and there where we can see the path going, because we are gonna put a nice bush right here. And there's my dark green. And you can still see pieces of the path going through. And let's get a touch of yellow, some highlights in there. All right, our bright greens. And we want to distinguish between the bush and the flowers. And we can go in and change up that green for up here. And we got a nice pattern of color coming through there. All right, work this side a little bit too. And let's see, what do we want? Let's put some grass right across here. To highlight some of that. Let's get some of the darker yellows in there. All right. And back to our browns. That's the sideways where our path kind of runs off. Maybe. And where's my gray? There's some stone path. We don't know where it goes. But we need another. Oh, let's see. How about let's get into some purple. Maybe another lilac bush taking over this corner. And where's my white? Go in and highlight some of them. The greens. And mostly down the bottom. And where's the purples? We'll bring a little out. Hide that. All right, let's see. We'll put some grasses over here. Along the path here. And we'll change up that green a little bit. Oh, let's see. What do we? I think we need some yellow to brighten this up. Right here next to the purples. And some reds. More orangey. And let's see. Just maybe we had a little blue flowers there. I'm going sideways with this because these are more the little ones that lay flat on the ground, more or less. And pinks. We're going to put some pinks in front of that. Right now, I'm just trying to vary the colors. Let's see what we have. All right. What do we need over in here? How about a scarlet? Really brighten this corner up a little bit. And back to my purples. Not too many, just a little clump right in here. And I like my yellows, a different variety of yellow. This is more of a yellowish orange, dark yellow, cadmium yellow. And then our greens, let's start. And we'll vary the greens. Just a couple yellows here and there. And back to my greens. Let's get some of the lighter greens. And the middle greens. Those darker ones. We'll darken this corner down here. Darken that a little bit, brings the eye in. Alright. Now kind of step back, see what you need. Maybe we got a couple flowers that are growing right in here. Oh, where else? Some light greens. Fill some of these areas in. Just look around, see what you got right here. We gotta light some color, maybe a little darker yellows in here. And if you want, you can call it finished, or you can even take your finger and you can see how you can do a little blending. I'm not going to do much. Just want to show you how you can kind of fade some of the corners out. You see how it kind of just how that blends in a little bit right there. And down here, I think I'm going to add, oh yeah, not much, just a little something just starting to pop up in that corner. All right. I think it looks pretty good. So, let's see, where is a good place to sign it? Now I usually sign it in reds, but this is pretty busy, so I think I'm going to use my black, and maybe right here. Out there, I think we have a finished painting. Of course, yeah. We've got our mat around it, ready to frame. Hope you enjoyed that painting.